Welcome back to EU4, where we are watching not Algeria, because Algeria lost at, I believe, 1500. No, 1506. But either way, we are now watching Andorra. Will Andorra survive? No. God, no. Oh no, no. To be honest, this isn't even the real borders of Andorra. It's just that Andorra was like in these mountains here. And of course, I can't put them in the mountains. So I just had to go eeny, meeny, miny, mo on these three provinces here, and I thought they were more closer to like the French side than the Aragonese side, so I just threw them in Foy. Of course, they are technically independent, and they are completely surrounded by French and French vassals, so they're in a pretty bad area. The only good thing is that they are, in fact, Catholic. That will probably save them at least a little bit. And I think they are probably French, if I had to guess. Yes, they are in fact French or Gascon in this scenario. So we'll see if they can survive. I really doubt that they can survive. They're probably going to have to rival France, if I had to guess. And they might be able to ally Castile, and that might be able to save them for at least a little bit. But eventually they will be annexed. So let's just start up the game here. See what happens. So Andorra has actually made an ally. I am very surprised by that. They have allied Liège over here, and they are fairly large. They're nothing too much though. And Liège, I don't think Liège is normally a very powerful nation, mostly because I've never really heard of them doing anything. But they do have a level 3 fort, which is much better than what I'm guessing. Uh, yeah, Andorra has a level 1 fort. So at least they're moving up in the world and allied someone with some form of strength. I lost them. There they are. And maybe, just maybe, Liège will save Andorra, even though they're only allied with Andorra, and that is sad. They're also improving with England and France, which is probably not the best idea. I would be focusing on not the two greatest rivals in the world. Foy. Foy has a very similar color to Aragon. I'm just now noticing that. Either way, though, looks like the main war has began, and this will be pretty decisive for Andorra to see who wins. If England would win, then France might not have the time to go over and annex Andorra. If France does win, though, it looks like Andorra will be probably annexed, just because Andorra is pretty weak. It would be pretty easy to just run up and take them. They are currently trying to siege down Calais. I don't know if they will, though. It's a pretty big waste of their time, I would assume. Beyond that, though, France probably going to annex at least some of this. I don't know how much. They might annex all of Normandy and all of this southern Aquitaine-ish territory. Or they might just take something. I don't know. I really don't know all the options that France has in taking in this war. Most of the time, though, they do kick England out of the continent and leave them with only Calais over here. So it will be interesting to see if England actually keeps anything, really. I mean, this is a pretty bad setup for England here. Of course, this is also very bad for Andorra, because Andorra will now be trapped and surrounded by France. Foy over here is a French vassal, I do believe. Yes, no. Actually, I think they are actually. Let me see here. I think they are. They're basically a vassal under France. Both Foy and Armagnac are both vassals underneath Spain, France, not Spain, France. And Andorra is surrounded by all three. Of course, France might get distracted over here with um, Aragon and Castile and Navarra, but that is unlikely, just because, well, because of a lot of things, really. Um, but I don't know how these guys are going to ally them, first of all. And second of all, France doesn't usually go to war with Castile right off the bat. And Castile generally tries to deal with Granada or just deals with the wedding first, the Iberian wedding. So it looks like Andorra will be pretty much alone with their one ally, Liège. And I'm surprised they even got one ally. I was expecting them to get none. But Liège is probably a halfway decent ally to get for such a small nation. It will almost certainly not save them, but he'll be forced to save them in need be, I would assume.